Behind me is a new battery cycling machine, which is going to take my testing to the next level. This thing can charge and discharge a battery with 18,000 watts continuously. And for the last week, I've been translating the Chinese manual to get it to work. And the first battery I tested was a Yijing. This is a 600-pound battery, and it can store 32 kilowatt hours. It is massive. And it has a 300 amp BMS, so I could max out the machine. And to test at that high of a rate, it uses these massive cables. And even at maximum rate, it took 4 hours to do a single cycle. But it did pull full capacity, and I'll have that data file down below if you want to download it. Now, both of my cycling machines are from China, so I have to run Chinese 3-phase, which runs at 380 volts. So to run this system, I have a high voltage battery from Doya, and this is powering a SolarArc 60K 3-phase. And this outputs 480 volts. Next, I take that 480 volts and I run it through these small transformers. And now I have 380 volts. Now the new machine is a single channel, so I can only test one battery at a time. But this machine can test 4 batteries at a time, but only at 100 amps each. So this machine can do 18,000 watts, but this one can do 24,000 watts. And look at how much smaller it is. But I think this one will be more usable. Because with this machine, I can test larger batteries like Ruxu, Yijing, and EG4, like the Power Pro. Also, it has better software. On the old software, it worked well, but I would always run into bugs. But I did like the graphing area, and it was very easy to export data. Now on the new machine, check this out. It just looks more professional. It's really nice. And when you export the data, it looks really professional. And unlike the last software, this one shows the charge and discharge efficiency. And I can't seem to export the internal resistance, but I do see it during testing. And I can't get the temperature to work. I'm working on that right now. Now the main benefit of this machine over my older one is I can do multiple tests on a single file. So I can test the overcurrent protection, and then I can do a capacity test, and then I can do a hard cycling test. And it can all be on a single file with one program instead of having multiple machines, such as load testers and my 500 amp power supply to test the overcurrent protection on charge. Instead, I can do all of it with this machine in one step. And I can have one file that you guys can download with all the information. Now these machines, the cost can vary significantly. But compared to the price of an electronic load and power supply and doing this stuff manually, this is actually a bargain. These machines can be upwards of $100,000, but this new machine was only $8,000. I spent $7,000 on an electronic load that can't even do as much current as this one. And the software on that thing is horrible. So yeah, these things are pretty cool. I know you have to figure out the Chinese part, but once you switch it over, it works very easily. The real secret for getting a low price is not having multiple channels. If you have a single channel unit, it's pretty cheap. The hardest part with running these is getting 3-phase and running the transformer. But we can do that off-grid with solar now. You don't have to buy a warehouse with 480 volt supply. You can make it anywhere with solar, and then you can run these machines. So I think a lot of people don't buy these machines because they're scared of the 3-phase 480 volt, but you can run this off-grid. And this new machine is regenerative, so it back feeds my SolarArc and it dumps that excess power back into the batteries. So it's pretty efficient. Now I know a lot of battery assemblers here in the United States watch my videos, and you guys are still buying the electronic loads, but you really need to step it up to one of these so that you can actually print out the data and share it with your customers. Every Chinese manufacturer has these on their warehouse floors, but the Americans don't for some reason. Except for a big battery, they actually do have these machines. And if I can run this off-grid in my workshop, I'm pretty sure your business can too. It doesn't cost that much, especially compared to what you guys are already spending. And I want people to have access to the data, and I want more people testing these batteries. Now I'm going to show you how easy it is to use. So we'll hook up that large battery and do a cycle test. So first we turn it on. After startup, you'll see a green light. Now we need to program the machine so it can cycle the battery. So first press step edit. Now we're going to create a new file. Next you want to click right here and it will show rest. And the rest step is a good time delay, so let's just add 1 second and press enter. Now for the next step, we want it to charge. So we're going to do constant current, constant voltage charge. Then we can put the voltage for charging, enter. The current we're going to charge at, enter. And then the cutoff current will be 1 amp. Now we need to add a discharge cycle. So we're going to go over here to constant current discharge. Then click down here, and now we can put the current in. 299 amps, enter. And the cutoff voltage we'll do at 40 volts. And for the final step, we're going to set it to cycle. Next, you need to tell it how many cycles. So you want to press right here until it shows rest, and then you'll have the option to put the begin step. We'll put that as 1, and then cycle number 50. That way it will cycle 50 times. And if we try to save it, we have a bunch of errors. That's because I didn't set up the voltage upper limit for this file. So voltage upper limit for this machine is 60 volts. Low voltage, we'll put 1 volt. Current upper is 301. Now when we try to save it, we still have a couple errors. Work step 3, there's no rest period, so I have to add 1. Enter. And then this rest period needs a 1 as well. Now let's try to save. And it actually worked perfect. We'll save the file. Now we can exit. Right click and press start. Now we're going to load the file that we just made. Now on the bottom left, we're going to put what battery this is. Now everything looks good, and we're going to press start. And now we're running the test. So we can come back in a few hours, or we can check on the data. So you right click and press channel data. And this is our curve for the last few seconds. We can zoom in on it, or we can look at the data that we've accumulated. As the test goes on, more and more data will accumulate. And when the test is done, you can right click and go down to export test data. And then you'll have an Excel file that you can share with others. And that's pretty much it. We're pulling 16,000 watts right now at 55 volts. That's incredible. Now I did this test yesterday, and it takes a lot of energy to do. So I'm going to stop the test. But if you want to see the results of the exact same test, I'll have it linked down below. And yeah, this is my new machine, super powerful, and I'll get lots of good data from it. And I highly encourage other people that can afford it or need to cycle batteries to actually do it right and get something like this. And remember, if you get multiple channels, that's when it costs a lot more money. If you get a single channel unit, it's cheaper or around the same price as an electronic load. So you're better off just getting this. The hard part is the 3-phase. But yeah, we can do it off-grid now. Now, my supplier for this machine does a good job, but they're very slow, and it's really hard to get a hold of them. That's why I was trying to translate the manual for a week beforehand. So I'll have my supplier linked down below, but I really need to find a new one because it's really difficult to work with them. But the machines work, and I use them 24/7, so I am very thankful. But if you find a new one, please let me know. Anyways, I hope you liked the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.